Hey there everyone, in this video we're going to talk about some of the things that might have been overlooked in the original Starfield trailer, and also, based upon my calculations, Todd Howard might be 7 feet tall. Just in case you didn't know, I'm your Naked Vault Dweller. I'm a content creator for Starfield and other Bethesda titles. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Please give the video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and delve into an already dissected video, dissected more by me, with hopefully a new spin on stuff. Okay, so back in June of 2021 at E3, Bethesda released a teaser trailer for Starfield that pretty much broke the whole internet, at least for an hour. Since then, Reddit users and YouTube content creators have been dissecting everything they can about what they saw in the video to try to make sense on what Bethesda was trying to show us. And why I didn't pay attention to the video any more than what I did up until now, I have no idea, and I apologize for not getting with you guys sooner on what I see in the video. But speculation and controversy swirls around when you don't get a lot of answers from the source, which is Bethesda and Todd Howard. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing these guys, they're doing a great job, but they're releasing the information so slowly, it's painstaking. Anyway, today, April 5th, Bethesda released another short video going over Vasco, which is going to be a companion inside of Starfield for you. It was actually pretty cool to watch. It kind of sent me down this path to do a little bit of research, and I'm glad that I did. And real quick, I just want to point out that some of the stuff that we're going to go over is speculation. A little bit's grounded in truth, but with all the information that we have, that's pretty much all we can do is speculate. I just hope to be able to convince some of you some of the same things that I see. Okay, so let's go over first off the name of the ship, which is Frontier NG-1350. When I looked up the ship's name on Google, NG-1350, I came up with NGC-1350, which is a spiral galaxy about 87 million miles away from the Earth. So what relevance does that have to Starfield at all, besides throwing us all off? None, because in one of the later videos that Bethesda released that had Emil Pagliarulo, he said that Starfield would only exist within a small pocket of the Milky Way. There's still relevance to the ship's name, and here's where I'm going with this. Bethesda Game Studios is located at 1370 Picard Drive in Rockville, Maryland. At less than 500 feet away from Bethesda Game Studios, you have 1350 Picard Drive, which is Zenimax corporate headquarters. And this could be a coincidence, but I really don't think so. What do you guys think? The next thing that we're going to look at is when Vasco is actually loading into the loading bay, and you'll see up here on the ship there's some indecipherable numbers at a small scale. We have to zoom in to see them. When we zoom in, we see 109-098-094-01. And now granted that these numbers may not mean anything at all, so I started looking around at these numbers and trying to see if I could find anything that I could find out about them. And guess what? I absolutely found nothing on Google. I found nothing on Reddit. I saw where people were trying to find out what they might mean or decipher them in some way, but I really just couldn't find anything, not even a zip code. But as fate would have it, I was actually going over the emergency action plan with some of my coworkers at work, and I stumbled across some things that I'd overlooked. In case there was an emergency at the office, like a fire or something crazy happens, I was to check A, B, C, D, which is certain offices within inside the building, to make sure they were clear before I left the building. When I compared these numbers on the side of the spaceship to my emergency action plan, they're very, very similar. So the way that I would read it would be floor 1, Office 94, Office 98, Office 109. Now when they put these numbers on here, the well might have been running dry and they just kind of threw some random numbers in there. But in my opinion, somewhere along the lines, there's an office that is Office 94, 98, and 109 located on the first floor at one of these two buildings that we've been talking about. But what do I know? I'm the guy that reads the emergency action plan. Who reads the emergency action plan anyway? Okay, so this next one is actually one of my favorites. Throughout the trailer, Bethesda's showing us everything that they can show us. Inside the ship, outside the ship, they're showing us Vasco. They're showing us how well that the astronaut is actually walking around. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going on. We see the atmosphere outside. We see the sun. It's just spectacular. But what we don't really see is the face to the astronaut. They go to lengths not to show the face until the end. Why? And oh, I'm going to get flamed about this one, but I have to do it because it looks so similar, and I really want you guys to have a look and tell me what you all think. Moments before the clip ends for the trailer, we see the profile of the astronaut, and he has some distinguishable features. He has a mark on the right side of his face near his eye. He has very noticeable blue eyes, and he's sporting 12 o'clock shadow on his upper lip. And do you know who else this looks like to me? You guessed it, Todd Howard. There's very similar features from Todd Howard's face to our astronaut's face, which tells me Todd Howard went to space. Good for you, Todd. Okay, so this might not be Todd Howard, but I'm telling you guys, if you look at it long enough, it looks like Todd Howard, minus the hair, which might be stuck up somewhere in his helmet. And lastly, if we're under the assumption that this is Todd Howard, at the beginning of the trailer, we'll see the astronaut walking into the loading bay. And we'll stop it right here just for a second, and I want you guys to remember this mark right here, because we're going to look at it from another angle. Once the astronaut gets to this location, he throws his hands up to get ready to go up the ladder, and as you can see, his head is right here at this level. And being that his head is at that particular level, that tells me, based upon OSHA requirements, not that OSHA is going to be around in 300 years, but based upon OSHA requirements, that the rungs on that ladder are 12 inches apart, and it's 7 rungs on that ladder, which tells us that Todd Howard is 7 feet tall. Okay, so there's some thickness of the soles on the shoes, and there might be some room in the helmet that Todd Howard has, but it's still going to be, 6.5 feet. And in the full suit, he's 7 feet tall. Anyway, what do you all think? Do you think this is Todd Howard? Is he actually in space? Is he actually 7 feet tall? Did Bethesda throw a nod to Zenimax in regards to the actual numbering on the spaceship? Man, I can't wait for this game to come out. The Creation Engine 2 looks phenomenal. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.